got a bad streak a mile long. Oh, my soul is black as night. What feels right is always wrong. Oh, like a hard, hard rain. Ain't no hero, honey, no angel face. Oh, I ain't no saint. Oh, I hold this fate. I'm sharp as steel, I slice you through. Too numb to feel, too hard to prove. Oh, I ain't no saint.
Ow! So we're not racist today. As you can see, there's no other whiteys. There's just Mr. Jeremiah, the new money guy here on the side, alongside a unicorn. So, like, there are no white people here today.
Not at all.
Not at all. We said down with the whitey. Fuck you, white man. Everything that the Indians wish they had said early on. Is that racist saying Indians? I have to ask you, as the black guy, like you're the one that knows racist is better.
It's pretty racist.
Can we make an exception because I'm a unicorn, or is it still pretty racist either way?
It's still pretty racist.
Well, shit. Oh well. I mean, I guess it's okay. I mean, unicorns. I mean, we're probably the most I don't know, exploited. Maybe is the best word. Yeah, we're super exploited.
You are.
That's what super exploited. Where's the thing for this? Oh, here we go. Here we go. I'm sharing us on Facebook. I am poor now, so the page does not currently have a multi-stream capability. So go ahead and share that. There you go. And
now I know what your food. Now I know what your food looks like when it's sitting there in the microwave. You just
staring at it.
See,
that's where you're wrong. I don't stare at my food in the microwave. I walk away and I wait for a kid to let me know when it's done, and then I make them bring it to me.
Good times.
That's that exalted father energy. That's how we go with that. And I gotta get my little raw tip, just the tip. I'm gonna put it in my little raw roller. I used to be really good at rolling, but I don't know if you remember or how much I shared of it to other people. A little over a year ago, I burned the fuck out of my hand, this finger specifically. You can still see kind of like the scarring along the finger there where it's extra white.
Yeah.
And as such, I have nerve issues now with both index fingers, so both hands hurt a lot when I try to do pretty much anything with them. With the exception of certain things. I've discovered the pressure of a vagina does not bother my fingers, so that's good. Definitely good.
Yeah, very good.
It is. But yeah, so rather than rolling everything by hand like I used to, I find it so much easier to do it this way now. I'm also old. Just a few weeks back, we had the Exalted Father birthday celebration, and I'm an old man now. I'm also going to be a sad man. That's the end of my supply. Since the middle of February now, this will be my 6th ounce I've gone through.
Oh, damn.
That's not too much, right?
It's kind of a lot.
Well, I did do a 2-foot long cone on my birthday here.
2 feet.
Yeah, the raw supernatural. It took a whole ounce just to fill it. I smoked that live on here a few weeks back.
how does that even? How do you get that high?
Um, by smoking a lot of weed. That's how you do it.
Goodness, man.
I take that as a compliment coming from our token fellow from the Chicago area. Speaking of, and I know like you follow some wrestling too. Impact has a big show coming up in Chicago, right? They just made a new signing who's supposed to be making their debut there. Do you know who that is?
No.
Trinity Fatu.
Oh, interesting.
So Naomi is expected to make her debut in Chicago soon with Impact.
Good for him.
I agree. Like I've never been a huge Naomi fan. Like I'm not gonna like lie about it. She's talented, but for every like cool thing she did, like you'd see some sloppiness. And it happens. It's like no one's perfect, and but like I didn't think she was as good as everyone else did, but she is still a very talented individual. Very athletic, very agile, has a lot of potential in there. If they, hey, look, man, we're poor. I can't afford the streaming elsewhere, and Twitch gives me the most options. And I haven't had enough time to test out the collab cam on the Streamlabs OBS. Last time I did it, I couldn't get audio from anybody. Oh, and this is DJB. He seemed
I was gonna say. I
excited.
was gonna, did the excellence give it away? I kind of knew who it was. Hello, my good man.
And but yeah, like I think she'll be a great addition because long before we had a women's revolution, long before we had a man who's now a woman as a champion in AEW, long before like anyone else was giving that much attention to the women wrestlers, Impact, TNA, like they've been really heavy on that.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I mean, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. I don't know what the obviously like money wise. I don't know what the what Impact has to offer. Or like what their uh situation is. How, but if you're gonna be finding work somewhere, I mean, obviously that's like the more the merrier. People probably would have wanted to see her in AEW or whatever.
I don't.
And
There's a reason for
yeah,
that.
there's
Like
all types of reasons for that.
AEW is still like trying to figure out what the fuck to do with their women properly. Like
And I mean, I I don't know. I don't know. Like I don't even know where they would like position her because they're like right now they're kind of like pushing some of their younger female talent. So I mean, if you're and she's not. I mean, she's not old, but she's not gonna be the future or anything. So I don't really know where she would fit in. Um.
not to mention, like they
And
probably just waste her anyway. Like let me give you a great example. Let's look at some of the women they've brought in. All right. For everything else, Ruby Soho is a fantastic women's wrestler. Tony Storm, fantastic women's wrestler. Britt Baker's good, but she still has some issues, and whatever she's good. They have a lot of these really great women's wrestlers there, but one of their primary focuses is still fairly really green Jade Cargill.
that's like that's the thing. Like, are you? They probably like kind of. I don't know what's the, they probably did that to someone with her, like pushed her and did all that with her, because now you've pushed her, but she's not like ready for that spot. So now
She
you
definitely
kind of built.
does look talented from what I've seen, but she's still too green. Like it would be like it'd be like if WWE took BFAB and decided to center everything around her when you have like lover or hater Charlotte Flair, lover or hater Becky Lynch, lover or hater like any of these other people like Bailey, like Natalia, still fantastic in ring worker, but like having all these people, I'm like, okay, BFAB, we're gonna focus on BFAB.
But not even because I don't think AEW has as many talented women,
No,
and so that's probably another thing because when they started, when they started the TBS championship, I don't think they had, Ruby and Tony and others. They just brought in someone else. Who's feuding with Jane Carter right now?
Ember. No,
No.
Athena's on ROH. I don't follow it very closely. Like I see things here or there.
I'm probably I might be getting the name wrong because like they've switched names from time to time. Ty Valkyrie.
Okay, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
But even her, like they didn't have as many talented women when they first started, and so they probably like went down that path too soon with her as far as like giving as far not I mean as far as having a second championship even. I mean when you're not whatever. That's I guess it's not a conversation. Another conversation. I mean, like everybody has too many belts. It's like really, it's really weird. Like, go ahead.
Okay, on that same subject, then, what do you think of the new World Heavyweight Championship unveiled this week on Raw?
You kidding me? they when did they unify with Orton and Cena? 2013, 2014?
Yeah.
And they separated again when they did the when SmackDown went live in 2016. And Roman unified again 2021, 2022.
2022. Yeah, I think it was like WrestleMania 2022.
And now it's separate again. Do you watch The Office?
No, I hate The Office.
There's a scene where he's complaining to his girl about like, oh, you make me get vasectomy back and forth. I gotta get vasectomy, and then you say you do want kids, so I get reversed, and then you say you don't want kids again, so I get a vasectomy again. Snip stack, back and forth. That's back and forth. What the fuck do you want?
To be fair, though, all that stuff was under a very always changing his mind Vince McMahon. And we're at a point now where like they're doing this like super long reign with Roman, and basically holding the title hostage. And if they're going to do an actual enforced brand split, then it would make sense for each show to have a title.
So, okay, that's a good point. Do they need 2 world championships? Like, I feel like when they did the last, well, I shouldn't say the last brand split. I don't know how often they split brands and bring them together and whatnot. But when they did the SmackDown Live brand split in 2016, I felt like they probably shouldn't have added a new world championship. They probably could have just, elevated whoever the Intercontinental United States champion on that show. You could have just had that champion. You could have like just elevated that instead of having a new championship. Which I mean, that kind of goes like full circle as far as they probably should have. Like that's kind of stupid to have. Okay, you already have the women's championship. You shouldn't have added the SmackDown Women's Championship. You probably should have added like the U.S. Women's Championship instead of, and then you could have had that the champion on that brand could have been a contender for the champion on the other brand instead of having you like kind of devalue them instead of whatever.
I see what you're saying, but at the same time, you also got to think of the fact that there's 2 different networks by 2 different groups of people. Like Fox is under one banner, like NBC Universal with USA is under another banner. One of them has Disney backing, one of them doesn't have Disney backing. And if you're not even sure about that, you can just check out like their brand's news channels. One's very heavily Republican leaning, one's very heavily like Democratic leaning. They're oil and water. So like one brand, what the Fox will be like, where the fuck's our world champion? Huh? We want a world champion. We want a women's world champion too. And then you got NBC Universal, like, where the fuck's our world champion? We want a world champion. We want a women's world champion too. And like, that's part of a big part of the negotiating power too.
Yeah, you could try to negotiate like, okay, maybe one brand gets the world champion and the other brand gets, like, you probably like the other brand gets the tag champion and the women's champion, because you probably, I mean, if you're gonna have a
if you elevate them
secondary,
to the world tag team championship, that would be perfect. But then that means, to an extent, then if those titles are on that show, then you got to watch that show for tag wrestling. What's the point of having tag wrestling on the other show if they don't have?
well, no. So let's just say, for example, SmackDown has Roman, or as a matter of fact, let's take it back to 2016, because I can specifically remember SmackDown drafted Dean Ambrose as WWE champion. So if SmackDown has Dean as WWE champion, Raw can have Charlotte was women's champion, and I don't even remember who the tag team champions. But on SmackDown, you could have the U.S. Women's Champion and the U.S. Tag Champions, and you can kind of like,
I think it was New Day.
Sounds about right. Yeah, I think that, yeah. I mean,
it was either New Day or the Usos, because the title went back and forth between the two of them at that point in time.
I think it was the New Day.
It might have actually been the Usos, now that I think about it, though, because Chad Gable and Jason Jordan got split in that.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I remember. Well, no, it was Jason Jordan and Dean. Was it Dean Ambrose or Seth Rollins? He won the tag titles with. That wasn't an immediate thing. I remember when they had the brand split and Kurt was in charge of Raw.
Now you're confusing me.
It must have been Rollins if Ambrose was SmackDown.
You're fucking confusing me. I think it was the New Day. Who? So that was when. So this is when Ambrose was champion. So that was when Roman won it. He had won it, beating Triple H. Lost it to Seth when Seth came back from injury, and Dean cashed in on Seth. And so this is like that time frame. I think Seth was getting his rematches right before the draft and stuff like that. I think that was the New Day. Yeah.
It was either the New Day or the Usos. I know that for certain because like they were the two that.
Yes,
they were the two main tag.
Back to square one. It was the New Day or the Usos. You said that already.
Oh, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying it definitely was one of the two of them, like without a doubt. Without a doubt, it was one of the two of them. I'm leaning towards New Day because that was when they had that really long tag title run.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. See, now you can confuse me even more because I know for a fact they were champions for 2015. How long ago? This is like halfway. This is like July of 2016. So how long? I don't know. Now you're really confusing me.
It might have been the Usos then.
All this
because they were a little over a year. They were tag champions for a little over a year before they lost it.
I love how we're like using like our own human Google or bouncing off each other when this is it really doesn't matter. We're talking about whether it would work if to have like secondary women's and tag championships on like the other show. So if if Dean was the world champion on SmackDown, and you have the, I guess do we have an answer? It was
reintroduction of the brand split WWE Tag Team Champions, The New Day, Big E, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods were drafted to Raw during the 2016 WWE Draft. The title was renamed to Raw Tag Team Championship after SmackDown introduced the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, which would go on to be won by Heath Slater and Rhino.
This is very familiar. That was fucking hilarious. I got kids.
We were talking about him not that long ago. I don't know if it was on here specifically or if it was later in the week during a game of Supercard on Twitch, Twitch gaming streaming, mobile gaming streaming. where Kiwi was on, and we were talking about the whole I got kids, I need this job, Heath Slater stuff.
Shit. Oh, so like, could you? I think I don't know. I think it probably might have been better. Obviously, I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. This is an idea, but I think it might have been better to have. Okay, you have the world champion, the men's singles world champion, the big belt on SmackDown, and you still have the women's championship and the tag team champions on Raw. And you have the secondary women's championship, U.S. Women's championship, and U.S. tag championships, or what have you, on SmackDown with the world champion. And so those secondary champions or regional champions would be contenders for the world champions on pay-per-views. I as opposed, I want it kind of instead of it being just I don't know, like the UFC doesn't have two middleweight champions, like it's like I don't know, and like you're WWE, you're not like you don't have
No, but MMA
two
does.
different.
MMA
Exactly.
does.
Pro wrestling has different world champions. You as one single company shouldn't have more than one world champion. Even though you're a big fucking company, you shouldn't have
Okay,
more than
so
one
are
world
you
champion.
going to tell the same thing to Japan?
Does New Japan does IWGP have two heavyweight world champions?
Technically, the IWGP is a world championship that can only be contended by people who've held a world championship. So yes, New Japan has their own world championship plus the IWGP world championship, which can only be competed for by people who've held a world championship. You have to qualify it for it by being a world champion.
And the IWGP is like a separate governing body from New Japan Pro Wrestling. So that still doesn't even like that's not like that's
It's
not.
still their belt.
It's like I'm trying to think of how like a way to describe it. It's like it's not it's like in college sports where they have just like certain tournaments and stuff. It's not like the NCAA doesn't have two championships, but someone can win their conference championship and then win the national championship.
So what you're saying is they do have two championships.
No,
Well, you
the
said the
NCAA
NCAA doesn't have two championships, but they can win
No.
their conference championship and then the national championship,
Yes,
which means
every
there's
conference
two championships. But
conference
you-
governs itself.
I believe what you mean is that the NCAA doesn't have two national championships,
Yeah.
but that's not what you said.
Oh,
Like that's saying, well, the NFL doesn't have two championships. Well, that's true. They have three. They have the Super Bowl championship. They have the NFC like division title winner, the AFC
still-
division title winner. But I get what you're saying.
Yes. The NFC and AFC are separate. You don't have, and like once you win it all, you win it all. There's only one.
And yet the
big
NFC
bad-
and AFC play each other against each other all year long to also help decide who wins their conference.
and that's how Raw and SmackDown could be. You don't need like two separate. You can't have two separate but equal. You're one company. You can't have two separate but equal. It doesn't work.
What you're saying is they should structure it the way I structured my universe on 2K23. I have 6 brands. There's one overall world champion, one overall men's tag champion, one overall women's champion, and one overall women's tag champion. They compete on all 6 brands. They're the top of everything. Each brand has its own secondary style championship. One's Intercontinental, one's United States, one's North American, one's British something. There's a Canadian championship. And then, just like the men, there's a secondary women's title. And then there's usually a tertiary title. One show might have a secondary tag championship, like a North American tag. Another one might have a women's United States tag. And then the 2 primary brands each have a Money in the Bank, one for the women's title and one for the men's title. But everything else is split up in tertiary. So like your big guys here, your Division 1, if you will, are on these shows. Division 2, Division 3, like whatever, and they have all these tertiary titles on each of the other shows.
I
But
mean,
one overall world champion, one overall world tag champion, one overall women's world champion, one overall women's tag champion across the whole board.
that's basically yeah. I mean, like
But then each
you.
brand has their main title, which is equal to another brand's main title in the fact that it's the same tier, but you have different levels of competition based on which brand it is.
I mean, it would be similar to that. I mean, obviously you would have Raw and SmackDown, and NXT and NXT UK wouldn't be equal to Raw SmackDown, but they would be, more brands with like a. It would be like another level. It would be like a like a. Obviously, it is a like it's their stage between being on the main roster and being in basic
It's like
training.
in
So
the
it's basically
performance center.
yeah. So I mean, it's the halfway house, so to
So
speak.
it's like the halfway point between being a signed AEW worker and doing nothing and being on a main roster and doing something like by being in WWE.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to take the opportunity to make a little AEW thing.
Why?
Because come on, look at all the fucking people that don't work there that work there. Where
Uh,
the fuck is our friend JD Drake, huh? Where the fuck is he? Where's he been? He's still under contract, but I haven't seen a goddamn
he,
thing about him.
he is all elite, isn't he?
Yeah, like where the fuck's he?
He's all elite. That's where he is.
Where the fuck's Miro?
Where the fuck is Miro? Where the fuck is he? You're asking hard hitting questions. You don't have the answers.
Yeah, how are we supposed to have Miro Day if we have no Miro?
That actually is pretty funny. I mean,
It's
I
not
don't,
like anyone can say he's not a good worker. That man is fantastic in the ring.
they have plenty of talent. It's not. Well, I shouldn't say they have plenty of talent. Just like a broad statement, they have a lot of talent on the men's side. I think they really shouldn't have two women's champions right now. They're having a hard enough time
They have
building.
three. They have three women's championships.
Don't get me started on this Ring of Honor stuff, dude. I'm not. Uh, listen, if you want to have, if you want to buy a company so that you can have their belts, basically, and like, because I mean, there's no way. I shouldn't say there's no way. It's hard to believe it's a lucrative business opportunity to have people needing to subscribe to watch the regular weekly television show. I mean, people aren't going to pay. I don't think people would pay if you had like friggin' Prime, Hogan, and Flair, and Rock, and Austin. I don't know if people would pay to see the weekly television. So the
Nope.
fact that you
Not
have to
unless you're
pay just to
including the
see.
pay-per-view with it. Now, if you're gonna charge me, I'll even say $15 a month, right? You can charge me $15 a month, and I can get a pay-per-view, like a secondary tier pay-per-view, like a month from it. I will pay $15 for that, even if it is just an ROH Supercard. Like it's a bigger thing. It's built towards that's your mini finale. Like I would pay for the monthly service of being able to watch the normally paid per view product. But for a weekly television, looking at the way Tony Khan books storylines or his inability to actually book a storyline, why would I pay just to watch a weekly show because I like wrestling when I can go on YouTube and watch a number of other companies for fucking free?
And I believe they do have it set up that way. You have once you have the service, you have everything that like the supercar that the Ring of Honor that the Ring of Honor streaming site has. Fucking mouthful. So I guess it could work. Obviously, obviously it doesn't sound like a big deal, a huge bargain to me. Just from the standpoint of
But it also depends though. Like I'm using your concept of like, you even have like say Prime Hogan, Prime Flair, Prime like these people with the drawing power. Yeah, fuck, I will pay for something that gives me the big monthly event included, but I'm also not going to pay out my ass for it because I'm not going to pay out my ass for wrestling that I can pirate for free. Like I when it comes to that, and I'm going to use the WWE bias because that's is literally the biggest name in town. No matter anyone can argue who's better, who's not better, but they are the biggest name in town. When it comes to professional wrestling, they are the biggest name in town. Sports entertainment, whatever. There's nothing bigger than WWE. Plain and simple. They have a farther reach. They have bigger overall numbers. They have a bigger overall like public image and name. Like people know who they are. You walk up to somebody on the street and talk about wrestling. The first thing, you mean WWE? Well, no, actually, I was talking about this, but that's WWE, WWF. Like that's the name of wrestling in the mainstream. You can't deny it. Like I'm not saying you're going to, but other people, you can't deny this. It's just factual. But you take something like I'm not going to pay $40 to watch one of their shows. That ain't happening. Like I'll pay, $10 a month for a service that lets me watch their shows on it. But actually, well, maybe Tony's got something going for him. Just he doesn't have the star power for it.
I mean,
because think of it. You back in the WWE network, you couldn't watch the weekly television shows. You had to wait like 3 months before they'd load an episode on there. Sure, you could watch NXT, but like if you're tuning in because you want to watch like your John Cena's, your Randy Orton's, you're not gonna be able to watch them weekly and keep up with shit. Unless you watch NXT for clips of what happened on the main shows. If this is the brands specifically, like, but at that point, it's just, I don't know. I think, and this is where my bias will show. I'm totally gonna admit I'm biased when it comes to AEW. I have issues with the Young Bucks. I think I've told you about it a number of times in the past. And, I don't really care to see them succeed. But Tony Khan also rubs me like, and I mean, depending on how we take this, if I just say Tony Khan rubs me, we might have a case for sexual assault. But Tony Khan rubs me the wrong way. Like, all I get the impression from his spoiled rich kid who, all right, potentially racist topic, because you are a black man and this movie is about something similar. Have you ever seen, I think it's The Toy with Richard Pryor? He's a down on his luck guy, and this rich guy's kid wants him as his toy. So his father pays him to play with his son, to be his son's like living toy. Keeping that thought process in mind, the impression I get of what AEW is Tony Khan playing with his live action wrestling figures.
You know what? I actually, I think he's like talked about in interviews. I feel kind of disrespected that like he talked about like, oh yeah, how he booked his wrestling show, but it was EFED with no audience. It was like fucking like
it's EWR, Extreme Warfare Revenge. I have the same game on my computer.
Like it was like really like I said, it was like insulting. It was like, oh yeah, you get a sense for the audience. There is no audience. You're your audience. In real EFED, you actually have to book people and deal with personalities. Any EFED promoter is more of a promoter than Tony Khan. Fucking they deal with people. You're dealing with your imaginary.
That is why I feel okay with criticizing Tony Khan, because from that EFED standpoint, I mean, not to tout my own horn, but can you name a more reliable booker in EFED than I was?
You can toot your own horn. I wouldn't know who. I wouldn't have many people to compare you to. I don't mean to. I would very fairly confidently say you're the most reliable booker in EFED. You're the one I've worked most closely with, so it would be fair not to. I mean, it wouldn't be fair not to.
I take them into mind. Like I would consider someone like Jones, but even Jones, he stepped back and gave it to somebody else for the most part. And he was more. I always consider him more on the EFED token. Since now we're there, if I'm looking at people who I put at the top of the class, I put David Jones as like the top promoter in EFED.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the top booker, but the top promoter.
Agree. Yeah. Like Vince.
Oh my God,
Vince,
he's here.
Type stuff. Yeah.
There's a black person on the show. Hi, First things, I have to apologize for being more than half an hour late. Second thing, I'm fucking excited to see a black person on the show for the first time ever. You're our first one!
Hello, sir.
You're breaking down cultural differences. You're smashing through the line of the white man taking over our show. You're colonizing our show back. That's fucking incredible.
Are are there not many African American people in New Zealand?
They have their own black people. They
No,
call
we're,
them
we're,
Maoris.
Mau- we're the Maori people, the indigenous people of
You
New
like
Zealand.
Cliff Curtis? They're basically like Samoans for
Or Tim Wood Morrison.
yeah.
Ah.
Well, they're basically like the light black people Samoans for New Zealand.
That adds up. I mean, because South Pacific is, you know, it's in that region. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I can see how that work. It is my pleasure. Yeah. Thank you very much.
How do you feel about me doing blackface right now and saying the N word to you?
Oh my god!
It would,
Oh
it
my
would be,
god!
It would be very distasteful. Yeah.
Okay, but you haven't said I can't do it.
I will tell you rather plainly that you shouldn't do it. Yeah.
I bought that bottle of paint specifically as well. Oh well, I'll find something else to do with it.
God. Yeah, he has been waiting patiently to see a black person for most of his life. He thought that like America, we had like zoos of them. He's like,
You did. At one point in time, you did.
yeah, he thought we still did.
It's documented
Um,
history. You had black people in zoos. You caged them up, charged admission, barely fed them, just like the tigers. You did that.
And we also told our kids not to play with them. So
You did. And you made them drink
Yeah.
from separate places. You made them go to the toilet in separate places. You did that. You can't
I
say
mean,
you didn't.
honestly, and this isn't even from a racial standpoint, but like overall, maybe that wasn't a bad necessarily idea. Do you know how filthy people in general are? The less people using something means the less likely it is to get filthy. Not necessarily by race, but like,
Did I just come in here and completely hijack the fuck out of the show?
well, Jeremiah is really high, and I think he might have just got up.
I just got up. I literally
Um,
got up and turned on the computer. I was like, fuck, I'm late.
Jeremiah, when did you get the little dreads?
Like a year ago.
God,
Or
it's been
actually,
that
it's
long
getting
since
close.
I-
It's getting close to 2 years. Actually,
Okay, so they're just significantly longer then.
yes.
Look at you. You don't look like a little child anymore.
I
You
look like a child.
teenager.
I look me.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever looked that young, but okay.
Oh my god, dude. It might be because I'm high, and because I'm white, and I might not understand the potential insensitivity here. But I'm looking at you right now, and I'm getting vibes of a young Kofi Kingston.
I'm not Jamaican, man.
Oh, wait, aren't you supposed to have a Jamaican accent?
I left it in Kingston.
He's gonna tape his dildo. Yeah,
That's
he's
disgusting,
gonna
man.
tape it. Especially since he hasn't washed it since he deep throated it back in episode
Why?
5. And,
Goodness gracious, my man.
yeah.
This is very, very odd.
How many much experience do you have in dealing with Kiwi here?
None.
He had a brief stint in IW at one point, very brief.
What was his ring name?
The Kiwi Killer.
Vaguely familiar.
During one of my bookings of running Alpha, there was a few storyline I was working on building between him and Matt Applin, and Matt Applin threatened to quit if we went through with it. because for some reason he had an issue with him at one point. I think it was because of the Lauren stuff.
Oh, you bring that up so often.
Well, I mean,
It's like
out
you
of,
want me to get convicted for that.
out of everyone here, only someone has posted someone's nudes on XWE.
They
Or it
weren't
was
nudes.
ECW.
She was wearing underwear and there was blue dots over her nipples.
They do classify that technically as nudes. I know from a number of women on the interwebs. They
So
classify
please stop
anything.
trying.
as that nude.
Please stop trying to get me arrested. I know I desperately want to say the N word to this young black fellow here, but how would you feel if I said the N word? Soft A, soft A. How would you feel if I said it?
I I would feel I would I would feel like there's no need for it.
There's no need for it. Okay.
But you
Well, there's
still
no
haven't
need to
told
have-
him no. You still
there's
haven't told
still-
him no. You
There's
have to,
no
like,
need to have Joe
literally-
Biden as a president, but that still happened. So
There's no reason for literally like 80% of the things that the government does. They do it all for money. So
You're
I mean,
not helping. You have to tell him no. He needs to hear the word no. If he doesn't hear the word no, he assumes it's okay.
I really want to
you're,
say
you're asking a question that is not a no question. Oh, how do you feel about me saying the N word? No. That's what. How do you answer that no? Like how do you,
Can
Like,
I say
feel like,
the N
no,
word
you
with a
shouldn't
soft
say it.
A? Can I say the N word with a
That's how
soft
you
A?
answer it.
no, sir.
Can
you
I say
cannot.
it to you through the internet right now? Can I say it directly to you?
No, sir. You cannot.
Ah,
See, that's all you have to do.
Well,
I
I
learned
tried.
this. I learned this the hard way. With
I still want
with
to.
him.
Oh shit.
I'd
gotta,
like to point out quickly that his want to has nothing to directly to do with racism, as it may come across. It's mainly just to see if he can. So
Oh
to
yeah,
speak.
I have no hatred towards you in any way, shape, or form. Especially not for this color of your skin. I just want to say a word that I'm not allowed to say.
yes.
Yeah, it's absolutely just for science.
There is something with people and the forbidden pleasures. People are weird that way.
That's how you get a
However-
married Australian man interested in my ex-wife.
That sounds very very intriguing. I don't.
Oh come on! I know you know that story.
I do not. I don't. It
You
sounds
do
like
too. The Adam Malloy thing with Angel from like years back.
Can we see it?
I know you know about that.
I know a hint of something. I don't know. I don't know. I don't listen. I don't know much of anything, and I kind of want to keep it that way because leave it in the
Unfortunately,
past.
I know
don't-
too much.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yes,
tell
yes,
you-
yes.
I unfortunately I could tell you exactly what Adam's dick looks like.
You
Again,
what?
Definitely don't need to know that.
Did you say you know what his dick
Exactly.
looks like?
Exactly.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Is it a big one?
not really. No,
Ah,
That's-
sucks to
And
him.
here we go.
That's
I'd say average. Like from all my
Is it-
research in the adult industry, I could tell you with confidence the man to my right, left, depending on which perspective we're looking at here, probably has a larger penis.
Was it bigger than yours?
Eh, not really.
Ah, well, that answers that question.
Not really. Like
The fuck? Should I have just stayed asleep?
I
Yeah,
can't. I have to say.
yeah, you should have. I
I
should have
cannot
as
tell
well.
you
Otherwise, none of this would have happened.
necessarily accurately because the man made use of angles to try and make himself look bigger.
Except this guy isn't even paying attention to us. I should say the N word to him.
Jeremiah's like, man,
Dick.
I am too high for this, man.
This no, it's actually funny because I just remembered I have to like post this promo, so I'm like trying to edit it like on the fly.
Ooh.
So yeah, I'm just a little distracted.
Who
Yeah.
are you posting a promo against?
This is for it's a tag match. Me and TKO versus Chris Chaos and Ruby Knight.
Chris
I know
Chaos.
none of the nurses' names. None of them at all.
I know Anton and you, and that's about it.
Right.
So how would you feel if you knew that I've said the N-word on this show at least once every week for the past 5 weeks, counting?
Not every not every week for 5 weeks.
No, I have. I've been counting.
I haven't caught it every time. I've caught it on 2 separate weeks. Where
Sometimes I preface it with the word faggot, so that
Yeah,
I can try to
that's-
get away with it.
Oh, right. right.
that's what you did last week, 3 separate times talking to Dark and Graves. Yes.
Oh, I want to say it. So
Oh, you guys had Dark and Graves on the show. How is he these days?
He's okay.
Pretty good, actually. Yeah,
he's doing really well for himself.
he's
Yeah.
doing well.
He was a very good co-host. He was a very good co-host.
Yeah.
He
As
seems
a,
much more settled than he was back in the day.
Yeah.
Is
He's
it?
baby.
I mean I don't mean to obviously, well, I shouldn't say obviously. Josh and it's weird. It's weird. I just like think of people as their ring names, so I just think of you as TJ.
I mean, most people,
Arthur. That's your real name. Arthur.
There are very few people. There are very few people online who refer to me by my government name.
Even I don't. When I most often don't even refer to him as TJ, or when I'm talking about him around the house, I always call him Artie.
That's one that I don't think I've ever actually been called before. So
Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed in the group chats, like, hey Artie, check this out.
I shouldn't say
either
very
that
weird,
or it's either that or you just like tag me. So
Yeah, in my head, you're Artie. And our other fellow down here to me is always Kiwi. In my head, he's always Kiwi. Anytime I talk, Kiwi.
fair.
It's so
To me-
cliched.
To me, he is the Kiwi of Joshua's. See, like I'm the Joshua here, right? He's to me the Kiwi with Matt Applin taking second.
Okay, nice.
I like it. I dig it. Fuck
Oh.
Matt Applin.
That's what I was gonna say. So yeah, you. Oh wow,
Timing.
the
The
timing.
The timing.
It dawned on me. So I'm like, wait, what? Oh.
Fuck
okay.
Matt Applin. That's what I was going to say.
No, what I was gonna say was
Clip that.
clip that.
Clip that and send it to him.
No, so Josh and TJ, you guys know I've done the results for IW as the Nacho King for a couple years. I've had like various co-hosts. Darkin Matthew, whatever you want to call him, he was actually excellent from the standpoint of like being the feckless babyface announcer.
I was horrible at that. I was always the bad guy.
Which it very much helped me like develop more of a heel character, because I'm like I can like be more like antagonistic instead of trying to like sell for his stuff, because he didn't do anything.
I think I'd be a good like babyface role in that scenario as like a result giver.
Okay, let's
Because
find
I've
out.
tried
We'll
it
make
at
a
least
fake
once.
E-Fed without any actual participants, and we'll start doing result shows. Artie, you can be the babyface announcer, and I'll be
Well,
myself, and I'll shit all
When
over
I
the
had done one for my little like Fed project earlier this year that went absolutely fucking nowhere. And I had done a solo result thing, so I was just kind of I couldn't really like play a role because it was just me, and I kind of leaned more into a face scenario. Plus, when I was when I was more exclusive and active in the 2K world and was doing a lot of commentary, I was often the face commentary role. So
I played the online wrestling reviewer kind of a character. I shit all over the stuff all the time, talked about how crap it was. And David's like, that's not realistic. I'm like, have you never watched someone review wrestling on the internet?
I ought to hit him with the back in my day.
Yeah, I did a lot of that smarmy stuff. It eventually got me kicked off, apparently because Nick Harrison didn't like the way I did results.
And this was when we did.
Alpha, Omega, Riot, we were doing all of them. We did the whole fucking week for IW shows.
Shit.
Didn't like
That-
your style of results, and yet you did one. But you did every fucking show.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh,
At that point, I was involved in booking every show too. Like
right.
I was
That was
involved
yeah.
in Omega. I was doing the Alpha stuff. I was doing the still fit. Well, Riots was finishing off at that point, but like that, like yeah, I was everywhere.
Interesting times, man.
Coincidentally, that's actually what led to me leaving EFED for the longest time. Is,
Well, yeah,
the part I really enjoyed doing was like this part, like the
Is that
you know.
pizza?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, here, hold on. I'll go with you.
You
Sweet.
fat fucks.
My last piece of steak and onion pizza.
Steak and onion pizza.
Yeah, I was too poor
If
for
you
multiple
don't get
toppings, so I did
so-
2 of the toppings from Philly steak.
You can't have no damn Philly steak pizza. Just get a Philly steak.
I don't live in Philly.
Dog, if you don't just eat a steak and onion on pizza,
Uh-huh.
Is there cheese with it at least?
It's a pizza. Why wouldn't there be cheese?
Because
It-
you
it-
Americans
that's
are
what I'm
weird.
saying.
You do weird things.
it did, and it didn't look like there was cheese on it. It looked like it was like, I don't know. It looked like it was
Just
mold
try it.
or
Mold.
Some sauce and some shit.
So there's that coloration, the steak underneath the cheese.
that shit looked like molded mushroom.
I want to point out that me and the black guy have the same colored walls.
That is hilarious.
I mean,
Actually,
we
I
all
think
have
we
different
all.
color walls.
I was gonna say we all have the same colored walls except that
Oh, I
Josh
wanna
doesn't
say
have his
it's-
light on.
Yeah, mine. I just got the purple lighting. Hold on, let me change it and see. If it will make it more obvious. Is it this? No, that's turning it off. Well, that's turning it blue. There we go.
The black
yeah.
guy. Why did I saw you that?
Let me
Look,
see if I can edit this friggin' promo.
Have you not gotten it edited yet?
I have not. Yeah, I'm literally like,
All
I'm
right.
not you with editing. So what I do when I edit, I just friggin' put my video in iMovie. I trim it to where they can't see me turning on and off the camera, and then I'll probably throw a filter on there. And
Boo. One take,
That-
one shot, upload. Boo.
yeah, I'm not like. So I'm just like,
No editing. Let them see you press the buttons. One take, one shot, upload.
no, it's so distasteful. That's like
That-
that's like my only pet peeve in EFED. Like
That won
that
me
was
a
the
World
first-
Heavyweight Championship.
that was the first thing that I learned. That was the first thing that I learned how to do in terms of like just like trim the ending and beginning. Like okay, they ain't gotta see me friggin' like walking over the. I feel like such a noob, but
Meanwhile, according to some people in IW, I'm making literal movies.
I don't know. I haven't watched any of your stuff.
I don't blame you.
Neither. I watched one video of yours in XWE and you punched the headrest of a chair and I was like, what the fuck is this guy up to?
Yeah, I take it back.
Oh,
I've
yeah,
watched your
that was
stuff in
fun.
XWE, but I don't catch your stuff in IW. I avoid the IW page.
And I was
Why?
like, man,
Well,
The
that's 'cause
IW stuff is very different from
Like-
what I normally do.
for some reason,
Very
every time
different.
I click the IW page to check it out and see what's going on, I see a bunch of old Rocky T promos that he's like
Rocky
retagged
T,
to move
fucking
back to the
hell.
top to show somebody. And like, I don't want to see a page full of Rocky T saying "fuck" 100 times in the same promo.
yeah, brother. Ooh.
I don't want to see that. Like,
actually, I think you guys would love Wayne Scope.
who?
Wayne Scope.
Wayne.
No. Wait, no, I'm thinking of a different Scout. I think.
Probably. He's
How
a
many
very
scouts are there?
You would love him. You would love his views on life. Both I think both you and the Kiwi would love his views on society.
That sucks, and that's it.
Wait, what?
That it sucks, and that's it. That's my views on society.
No, his views on race and
Oh, I don't
He's
know.
a fucking redneck.
Oh, wow, man. You
I
might
have
as
no
well
views
just,
on race. I don't
you
care
might-
what race you are. I just want to say words that I'm not allowed to because they're just sounds that you can make with your mouth, and people get super offended about it, and that amuses me. I legitimately don't care what color you are. I don't care what creed you are. I don't care what religion you are. But if I can make a sound with my mouth that offends you, that's funny to me.
yeah, the only
Again,
people
it's
he
just science to
actively-
him.
The only people to him he actively is prejudiced against are pedophiles.
I know. Kill him in the street.
Yeah, that's fair.
Interesting.
I might also advocate to rape
I'm
them.
just kind of a dick. That's it. That's all there is to it. I'm just kind of a dick.
Actually, do you think people would commit sexual assault, for instance? We'll just go full on sexual assault. If like you're convicted of sexual assault and the penalty is to be like tied or like fastened to like this cross device in the middle of some area where you charge people money to come in and basically rape said person. And then after the whole 3-day rape fest, you geld them. Do you think people would still consider committing sexual assault if this was the punishment?
I don't think you can make that the punishment because people lie too often. Even now, when
Yeah.
that isn't the punishment, people lie all the fucking time.
I guess he's right. It would never be perfect. Yeah.
I think it would be
We-
more believable if the punishment for being convicted of sexual assault is being thrown in a room with the most violent sexual offenders in history.
Have you
But
ever
that-
heard of prison?
Yes, but I'm saying like take like the most violent and aggressive sex pests in the prison system, put them all in a room, and then put that guy in there too. And then
I mean,
see what
you
That's
don't
happens.
have to
that's
worry
what
about that.
protective custody is. That's exactly what protective custody is.
You don't have to worry about that. Like they get there and like they're the fresh fish, so they get fucked. It doesn't matter. And if they're convicted of sexual assault, it just means that they're more likely to get fucked. Conveniently for people on their high horse who are also convicted of sexual assault. Like, no,
Yeah.
damn it, if I can't get away with it, motherfucker, you can't either.
Yeah.
He's back to editing. We cannot hold this guy's attention for longer than 4 minutes. at
We
a
are
time.
boring. We're just boring.
This is comedy.
Yeah, this is all this
This
is.
is
It's a
comedy.
shit show. We love it.
The fact that
It's
you
in
guys
the
are like
name.
the fact that you guys are like taking this personally, like I gotta get this done, man.
I mean,
If I was taking it personally, I would have called you the N word.
Okay, so I don't think it was necessarily taking it personally, but we bust on Brooke's chops all the time too, because she'll sit there in the background paying attention to her phone or playing a video game while we're on
She plays
here.
Minecraft so often.
Yeah, like we bust her balls all the time about that.
Minecraft is fun, so yeah.
You know what else is
Sure.
fun? Porn. But
No,
I'm not
well, we're
watching
talking-
porn while we're on the podcast. I might be making it, but that's another story for another
He's
time.
completely ignoring you now.
I'm listening, damn it.
I like this guy. This is fun.
Hey, babe, are you still awake?
I hope not.
We're on Twitch. Jeremiah's with us.
Oh, TJ's gone.
My browser just completely shit all over itself. I had to change browser.
Sweet. Mine does that all the time. I just thought it was because I was far away, but I guess StreamYard just sucks.
It sucks
Yeah.
on anything that isn't Chrome, apparently.
That's not true. I use mine on Opera.
I'm on Firefox, so
That's what I was on, and it just completely shit itself. So it told me to switch to Chrome.
But I'm
I
using
didn't.
that Opera GX browser that was made for like gaming and video enhancement and all that fun shit.
Hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe that's why.
Maybe I'll go check that one out sometime.
I like the
should've
little
stayed in
pinboy to
bed,
it.
man. I'm not allowed to say the word. I'm not allowed to paint my face. I bought paint specifically. This is bullshit.
Wait, why aren't you
black
allowed to
man-
paint? Wait.
The black
Oh,
man said I'm not
I see
allowed to
now.
do blackface. He's holding me down. I'm being held down by the black man. This is racist
Oh,
and against my rights.
how the turntables.
This is against my rights of freedom of expression and freedom of speech.
I might not know
And
for sure because I
There's
never
there's
watched.
freedom there's freedom of speech in New Zealand. That's the part of you guys' thing.
we don't have a constitution, so
You're right. Yeah,
I
yeah,
guess not.
yeah. So yeah, there you go. You have no rights.
I mean, come on, he doesn't even have the right to smoke pot in New Zealand.
Yeah, no, that's illegal.
So
But he does it anyway.
We're not allowed to smoke pot, but we can go pay a hooker to suck our dick. Figure that one out.
That's fascinating. You can't smoke.
How much does that cost? Out of curiosity.
On the cheap end, like super cheap end, maybe $50, but the average would be maybe 100.
And how does that convert to American dollars?
I think we're trading at about $1.60 at the moment.
That seems way too expensive for a blowjob.
We have standards here. Like you
Desperate
have to use a
times.
condom, you have to shower, you have to blah blah blah. So there's costs associated with it that aren't just pulling someone off the side of the street, getting your dick sucked behind a dumpster, and going back to whatever the fuck you're doing.
Yeah, but like, you know, you could just date a girl, take her to the movies, spend like $25 and get a blowjob in the theater.
Yeah, but then you have to pretend to care about what they say,
No, you don't.
and it costs the same anyway.
That's less.
He's glitched.
Who?
Oh no,
Your money.
he's frozen.
He's a
frozen
Do you want to
And
build a
he's back.
snowman?
Who's probably like, man,
It doesn't
Oh.
have to be a snowman. Look at this stupid white cunt from New Zealand saying that I'm being racist towards him. Look at this shit. I don't blame him. I'd leave as well.
I think he's gonna do it.
He's
now,
got a
isn't he?
dildo on his face and is telling me that I'm racist. What the fuck is this?
If anything, I should be the one offended. As the unicorn, you're trying to like be one of my species.
I was doing the dildo before you did the unicorn.
I was doing the unicorn long before you were doing the dildo.
This is true, but on this show,
On this show, the dildo came before the unicorn.
which is ironic because a dildo can't come at all.
That's not true. They make ones that do.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they make those ones that you can insert eggs into yourself with as well.
They have those hand pump ones that like will actually move around and then eventually ejaculate after pressing.
Oh, I can say nigger now because the black guy's gone. Awesome.
What if he came back right at that moment?
Yeah, it would have been perfect.
Would have been. I think I would have died. I would have
couldn't have-
actually.
I wouldn't have
I
been
would have
able to
actually
plan that,
passed
could
away. No, not really.
Oh, it feels so good to get it out of my system. Nigger. Oh. Oh. It's like ejaculation, but better.
How long before we're banned on Twitch again?
Probably not very.
I've said it before on Twitch before, haven't I? I'm sure.
Yeah, last week.
There's probably like a grace limit.
Probably this guy's got a dildo taped to his face.
I don't think
It's
we've ever
really
been
not.
banned for having the dildo on my face. I think we got banned because I throated it that one time.
That's possible.
Because
Maybe?
that's simulating sexual act.
I guess.
Most people don't tape massive dicks to their face during sexual exploitative activities, so
Obviously,
Yes,
you've never
that's why I
watched
get away
enough
with it.
porn.
have you found midget porn yet? Midget wrestling porn.
Midget women wrestling porn? No, not strictly women, midget women. It's very upsetting. Like, it's got to be out there somewhere. I just want to know why I can't find it.
She's not looking.
I even tried the actual Rule 34 website. That's supposed to have everything.
There's a website for that now?
Yeah.
There's been a website for that.
Jesus. It's horrifying.
Is it?
Yes? Do you know what kind of fucking sick and twisted shit exists under Rule 34?
Literally everything and anything, except apparently naked women midgets wrestling.
One time, about 10 years ago, I was bored searching porn for shits and giggles, and I found a video where a bunch of midgets dressed up like Oompa Loompas chased a blonde woman down the street and then raped her.
That sounds like something you'd find on Heavy R.
What is Heavy R?
It's
Do you
I
really
don't,
want to
I
know?
don't, God, I don't think I want to, but I need to.
it's
science.
The type of stuff that Pornhub would never let on there, or X videos would never let on there, or XNXX or X Hamster, any of them would ever let on there. You'll find on Heavy R.
Hmm.
There's been people beheaded on Heavy R.
I've seen enough of that. I don't need to look at that type of shit. I can imagine that in my head well enough.
Jeremiah's laptop died. He's trying to get it back
Oh.
up.
I just
I
think
love
it's being
this
racist
nice-
against me.
Beautiful WrestleMania 39 backdrop on my cards.
You can get fucked. I had so much intention to actually catch you, and then I dropped back 2 levels, and I lost all motivation. So I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could go backwards.
Yeah, but it'd be really easy to catch back up.
It's a silly game. Why
You
would
get
you
all
go
your
backwards?
matches on the Cena. You like get a couple more matches on some other stuff. Hit up that exclusive draft board or rare draft board a few times, and you're right there. Look how quickly I caught up and surpassed you on 4 different alt accounts.
Ba-boom.
I did it in one night.
Look how quickly New Zealand's better than America. Can't even go to school without getting shot. Fuck you, Josh.
Yeah, well, I may not be able to go to school without getting shot, but I can smoke a bowl before I go to school, and it's legal.
You can smoke a bowl, and you can go to school and get smoked yourself.
Oh well, at least you're high when it happens.
Fuck your optimism. I
mean,
like that
come on.
mic, AB. Is that you?
This?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's super clear. I really do like it myself.
I'll have to go and look back at what it was. I'll link it to you if you want to look into it.
I'd love to look into it, but I'm jobless and poor, so
I have a job and I'm still poor. So what's
Yeah.
what's
see,
like-
and I'm jobless and poor. Therefore, I'm even more poor than you.
I mean, fair.
We're
I-
making
let's-
being the
listen.
poorest a competition now.
Yep.
Hmm.
All right, jobless, poor, no income. Right. My internet bill will probably be
there it
due in
is.
like a week. Right. And after that, the podcast will probably have to take a brief hiatus while I have no internet.
He's
fun.
back.
On top of that, like for further that demonstration of poor, you see that powered by StreamYard logo up in the upper right hand corner, right? That used to be a turd. It's not anymore.
Yeah.
Like so like there's hard times. I have a man in New
I
Zealand
did
trying
offer to
to
pay for
raise funds to send me on a camping trip to decompress, and like I'm that poor that I have to rely on a Kiwi's kindness.
Can we not talk about that on air, please? Sorry, I should have said that before. I don't really want that being talked about by anyone. Apologies.
No problem.
I just want to keep that quiet between us. Cool. No,
Good.
sorry about that. That was a
Good.
serious moment there. Totally different tone to what we usually have here on the show.
It's just
What he's saying is, I want anyone to know that he's actually a nice guy.
Shut up.
To accent that, he throws a "shut up" in there, just for added.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I feel like you'd be having a lot much more fun if you were playing 80s Mania Wrestling Returns.
What is that?
Maybe, but
So, oh my
This
goodness,
is
so basically it's this game
that Tony
where
Khan would love.
Can I play it on my phone?
yes, any wrestling fan would love this game. So, it's based on like characters. So, okay, how can I explain it? It's a random company. They don't have the rights to any of these characters. So everything is
Beautiful.
based. It's quote unquote based on characters from the 80s, and it's not only actual wrestlers but also like pop culture stuff. So they have like all sorts of Star Wars characters. You can have Han Solo versus Ric Flair. You can have, but it wouldn't be like Han Solo. It'll be like Chance Solar versus Jet Set Strutter. But it's like the two people look exactly like the two like drawings look exactly like each other.
Sorry, what
So
was
they
that
have
called? Is it on the Play Store?
Yeah, it should be.
yes,
80s
80s
What's it called?
Wrestling Mania.
Mania Wrestling returns.
80s Mania Wrestling. Okay.
Now, if you tell him that you're really far, he might decide to play it nonstop until he catches up to you.
Well, yeah,
Only if I'm
I've
super high. I was so fucking high last week. My goodness.
yeah, well, I've unlocked every character, so it would. Yeah, that's how the logo looks.
Neat.
80s Mania Wrestling. I played, I think the precursor to that.
They just like they're gonna have the they're gonna be yeah they're gonna they just actually no they just released the Cactus Jack card, so that's fun. They already had the Mankind and Dude Love card. Now they have the Cactus Jack card, so that's cool.
Is it called Jack Cactus?
No, it's like what's it called?
Jack this cat.
No, you can't make it like too obvious. Like you can't like have it like be a play
You mean
on
like when
words.
M. Dickey had Bork Laser for his Brock Lesnar character in Wrestling Empire?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't understand the references.
It was another
I,
game. It was PC, and then it became a mobile game. M. Dickey's stuff was Wrestling Empire. They have a Booker edition too.
Real quick. Imagine playing this game and then you pull a wrestler who doesn't even wrestle anymore. Like imagine pulling R-Truth. I'd be pissed. Like who?
I think Archer's on the injury list right now. Like tore his fucking quad or something.
Are you racist towards our truth?
No, I'm saying like if like imagine playing a football version of this and you pick friggin' Colin Kaepernick. Like he doesn't even play. Like would it,
I would be
know nothing
happy.
about football.
I would make that
sorry.
my profile picture.
um
So you're saying it'd be like if you loaded up WA 2K23 to play, and you decide to play as Andre the Giant, he's dead, or Eddie Guerrero, he's dead. He doesn't even wrestle anymore.
We're
Why would
not
you
talking
want him
about
in a game?
we're not talking about memorialism. We're talking about or like the legendary cards. We're talking about like someone who was an active competitor, not of legendary status, not a former world champion.
Ted DiBiase Jr.
Exactly, Ted DiBiase
Fucking-
Jr.
Curtis Axel.
Well, neither of them are
Michael
available.
McGillicuddy.
If there was an AEW game like this and you pulled friggin' Jake Hager, how pissed would you be?
I'd be so happy, especially if it had his purple bucket hat.
Well, see, here's the thing.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead and pretend that Jake Hager has fans. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That R-Truth card, for instance, is a significantly lower tier. It's not like even remotely top tier. It's a crap card. It's one you're generally going to throw away or use to train or dust off. It's like the undercard of the game. So like it's not.
I see.
But you're not going to find. In fact, there's not
Who
even
else?
a Bailey.
Who
in,
else?
the
This is
Wrestling
I,
Empire.
no. I see. It's your common tier. Yes. Who else is on the common tier or the? Oh, hi Jen.
He said hi.
I was gonna say. I think she could have seen that. I mean, she's looking right at the screen.
Yeah, but she doesn't have the audio because it's here. That's the dildo that he tapes to his face.
Oh, I love how she's like. I love how she's confused. Like, what's going on with this guy?
What the fuck is with this dude?
Just another mental breakdown like every other week. It's cool.
That's hilarious. Oh, is he okay?
But like, and it's not necessarily the common tier, but like, let me give you a quick example. The current tier, the top tier, is WrestleMania 39, right? The R-Truth card was here, Meyer. the common tier right now is, well, this is the rare, the tier 3. Before this is the biomechanical and the swarm. Anything above it is like the different levels of rare. It's like not even halfway through yet. There's still a whole ton of tiers later. But if you go like WrestleMania 39 tier, which we can look at here, easiest to go through here. These are the people in the WrestleMania tier, 39 tier. AJ Styles, Andre the Giant, Dawkins, Ashante Adonis. He's
Fuck Angelo Dawkins.
Asuka, Austin Theory.
What
Like,
did
there's
Angelo
no,
Dawkins ever do to you?
like,
He's
there's
not
no,
Montez
like,
Ford.
there's an Elias in here.
What about
That's
Ezekiel?
Deadpool, I'm sorry. No Ezekiel.
Damn it.
I feel like there's no R-Truth in here.
You show some love to Elias.
You said Ezekiel, and I was thinking of Ezekiel Jackson. He was the last ECW World Champion. What the fuck
Yeah.
was that decision?
He was also a big player in Lucha Underground for a while.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Was he an
Big
IC
Rick,
champion at
was
one
that
point?
his name? Big Rick? And he had an eye patch.
Yeah, he was
at
Big
one
Rick.
point and a
Yeah,
cigar,
big. Yeah.
and, his little faction was feuding with Ricochet when he was Prince Puma and Johnny Lucha? Or
Johnny Mundo. Johnny
Johnny
Mundo.
Johnny Mundo.
Yeah, Johnny Mundo.
Which part's funny? Oh. Victim, yeah, he got kicked off earlier. My wife's watching the copy of the stream I have to my left to make sure everything's working okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little behind by like probably 10 seconds. And she's like, "What's it?" And she's laughing at random stuff. She may
As
or
you
may
do.
not be medicated. We don't know. So there's no
Jen's
telling
on
what to find
drugs.
from. Yeah, lots of them. Not as many as me, but lots of them.
Silly little Mexican woman.
We're setting that clip up for a particular lady who might need it later down the road. That's right. We're all on drugs.
Mexican, tell him to say it again.
I think I'm guessing you probably heard that from the background.
Yeah.
Mexican, tell him to say it again. Probably not. You should tell him not to say it, and that might make him say it. Like Jeremiah said, no, you can't say the N word, but Jen's saying you can say the M word.
I did say the N word. I just waited until he was
You
gone.
did as soon as he was gone.
I said it
As soon as
twice.
he was gone.
I was kind of hoping what would happen is he'd feel confident and say it, and then you would pop in like as soon as it left his fucking mouth. I would
We
have
both had
fell
that
out of my
mental image in our head
chair.
of how funny that would be.
I would have fallen out of my chair. That would
I like
have been the
how-
funniest
I
shit.
like how easily he's just rolled with it. Like, I come in saying absolutely racist shit, and he's just like, the fuck? Okay. I like that. That's cool.
I've had countless casual conversations with Josh, and he likes to joke that way. So it's kind of it's.
I do, and I'd assume at this point, it's pretty well known by Jeremiah as well that I don't actually have like a racist bone in my body,
He is.
but like I will joke about it all day long, and the reason I'll joke about it all day long is because there's a lot of realness to it, and like
You look blurry.
yeah, it's the camera got me out of focus.
Oh, okay.
Never mind the fact I'm talking, my wife's just interrupting. She's like, "Oh hey."
Dad. You call me over.
Yeah,
I
of
told
course
you
the
Jeremiah was
Mexican in
on.
the background is being
I
loud.
thought you'd like to see Jeremiah on screen since I know you have the hots for him.
You know, I always like I'm up for watching Jeremiah.
Yeah, I know you. You said I don't like black people; they're ugly. But Jeremiah, man, these are not the exact words, but they're pretty close. They're pretty close. In fact, Jeremiah's had been a part of these conversations. My wife talked about like confused or concerned whether or not it's classified racist because she doesn't generally find black men attractive.
I don't remember that conversation. I think you're misremembering a conversation that I was a part of that I was not.
To be fair, this was at like 1:00 in the morning one night after we finished results on on riots, and like you were eating your Swedish fish at that point and ready for bed. Like,
He's
I
remembering
guess.
certain fucking details, dog.
I know. I know. I ate candy all the time, and I know had like just like late nights, just like talking, shooting the shite, obviously.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
okay,
And
Jeremiah. It's okay. I remember.
My wife with the horrible memory remembers. So like, you know, just to accent that.
oh goodness.
But yeah,
Apparently, I guess I gotta take you guys' word for it. I guess.
yeah. I mean, obviously, the white
It's
guy and the
usually the
Mexican
safest bet.
lady obviously outrank you.
Yes, in society, yes.
Potential, potential racial history lesson.
Uh,
I'm because I mentioned the whole outranking thing by numbers, and it got me thinking: was it a half or 3/4 of a person that they used to classify? Like, I know maybe it's racist even asking you, but like I don't remember off the top of my head. I know like they classified him as like a portion of a citizen, like you're 3/4 of a citizen. You're not like a full, like one whole.
y-
The
yes,
sad
you're
thing is these
correct.
things are all very true. And they're not funny then, but to me they're funny now and how stupid this stuff was. Like it makes you wonder like who sat down and deliberately thought this stuff up. Like how little
Who wrote this down with a straight face? Like, yeah, this is it right here.
like who
Oh,
had
this
such
is
a
this is this
micro
like,
is
dick
this
that
is the
that
shit.
they needed? Like who had such a little micro dick that they needed to find some way to make themselves feel even better? That they're like, okay, well, that black guy with a 12-inch dick, he's only 3/4 of a person, and I'm a whole person. That will teach him to have a bigger dick than me. Like, seriously, like who? I don't know. Like to me, like that's why I'm as horrible as I am with some of these things. It's like thinking back and then looking at these things, like I find them hilarious, horribly hilarious. But like just the thought process behind it all. Like who said that? Like, oh, you know what will really teach those black people? Let's not let
How
them
dare you,
drink
sir.
from our
How dare
fountains
you.
and go to our schools. Yeah. I mean, fuck, you fast forward to the future. That might have been a benefit if they'd stayed that way. Black kids in a black school instead of in a white school, they wouldn't have to worry about being shot. It's always white kids fucking shooting everything up.
You know they're not lying about the 12-inch sub.
Like,
What did she just say about a 12-inch something?
you know, they're not lying about the 12-inch sub. I don't know. I don't think she took her medication. I'm curious. That or she got into my gummy supply.
How is
like-
the loudest person here the one that's not actually on the fucking stream?
You obviously don't know many Mexicans, do you?
No, I know zero Mexicans. We don't have Mexicans down here. We're so removed from the rest of the world.
Look,
We're
let
like
me
a
tell you.
16-hour flight away from you guys, at
Every-
least.
Every Mexican I've ever met, and this is
I
this
just
is
said
where
the
we're-
word, didn't I?
I don't know. I didn't hear you.
I don't
yeah,
know.
I was gonna say I don't think so.
Um,
See, there we go. I did. Yeah.
every Mexican I've ever met, and this is where we're borderline racism. From a stereotypical standpoint, the most ratchet black woman you've ever seen, right? Stereotypically, worst. Take that, multiply it by 100, and that's your average Mexican woman. They're so fucking ratchet. If my wife is on the phone with her sister in the other room, okay, talking in
Oh, boy.
Spanish, just one room away from me, I could be coming back from the gas station down the road, and before I even reach our door downstairs to come upstairs, I can hear her.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she's
What's
wild.
it like going to a movie theater with her?
I luckily have only done it once.
What?
3 times?
Luckily, you dick.
I mean, it's bad enough watching a movie at home with her. You could be sitting on the couch watching a movie, like, and I'm one of those people who, like, I like to pay attention to like every part of the movie, right?
Did you finish editing your promo?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Sorry, I
random,
left
but
you.
thank you.
I'm all about that. Like paying attention. to
I've
every
been
part of
watching. You haven't pulled your phone out to start doing it again in a while. It's like, is he done it yet? Is he finished?
And like no, she's just as bad even at home. Like we'll be watching something and she'll have like a million questions about the movie, and it's like, have any of you ever watched? Have any of you? I'm being slapped. She's slapping my arm right now. Okay. Have any of you ever watched a movie with a small child?
I just
Yeah.
hear you're laughing. Yeah.
And not just like a kids movie, but like a movie that requires a little bit of thought to it. And you're like, oh, why are they doing that? I'm like, I don't fucking know. They haven't told us yet. Like, oh, why is that? I don't know. That's what it's like watching a movie with her. Except
I'm feeling judged.
except when she's asking these questions.
You
that-
should be feeling judged.
You are being judged.
You are absolutely being
She's
judged.
asking as loud as she is right now.
From
And I'm sitting right next to her on the couch.
you've been judged internationally, even you fucking cholo,
It'd be because if she's
chola,
female.
because she's a
Chola.
woman. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh my god.
This dude is not interested at all.
It looked like his eyes were thin.
He's so gone.
Meditating.
Levitating.
No, meditating.
Oh, I blame the accent. It's definitely not the
Your
volume.
accent. Your ears have an accent.
It's definitely not the volume.
Your
It's
ears have
your
an
accent.
accent.
From a volume standpoint, you might be the only thing keeping Jeremiah awake.
I mean,
I'm staying awake just fine.
fair.
Are you 80s maniaing it over there?
No, I'm really. I thought I was gonna come over and post this promo, but I'm fucking scrolling through Facebook and it's really distracting.
Fucking ADHD, bro.
Yeah, I know you would.
earlier today I was working on like some promo shit myself, and I kept getting distracted by this fucking group chat, and I'm like, I just kept forgetting, what the fuck was I doing again? Oh yeah, I was doing this. Wait, what happened here? Wait, what was I doing? Oh yeah, wait, what happened there? What was I doing? Oh yeah.
I feel like you're misrepresenting because I don't think it was this group chat that was
No,
distracting.
no. I said a group chat.
You
No,
said
you
this
said
group
this.
chat.
No,
You
Yeah.
said this.
don't
said
put words
this.
in my mouth.
No,
You said
No.
We don't have to. You said them.
you said this.
Yes, you did.
See, even the Mexican right next to the fucking thing, like seconds behind us, heard you say this group chat.
When I said this, I didn't mean like
But he meant like
Yes,
this.
that's-
I was
that's
just
what I
meaning
think
this
he
as
meant
in
too.
generally. Like this other group chat.
Yeah,
basically.
but you said this, and it could be.
yeah, I didn't
misconstrued.
mean our fucking chat.
So he's cheating on you with other group chats.
He is.
I'm a little
Is
whore.
this a tear? Oh no, it's a Maurice. Her tits look great, but the card's useless to me.
I mean, fair. Nice tits, but pretty useless. Story of life.
Tell me
I
about it.
got nice titties. Can I see your titties?
I married a big old pair of titties, and man, I have to like knock her out with drugs if I want to see them.
Yeah, but see, you made the mistake of marrying one with a mouth as well.
Yeah, and quite one. I mean, it does some great things sometimes, but like I have to get her to stop talking first. That's how I do it. She's trying to bag her a unicorn. But yeah, no, that might have been the mistake. You might be right.
If I wasn't ready before,
If you weren't ready before for what?
or just say no.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's what I said. I was just gonna wait till you fell asleep.
He's just sitting there so still.
He's
Statuesque.
He's pulling the Drax.
Oh,
Destroyer
that's
technique.
it. That's
no,
it.
We don't like Batista.
Why don't we
I
like
love
Batista?
We've had this conversation.
I love Batista.
Is it because he has a bigger dick than you?
Do you reckon he does? He probably does. He's a pretty big dude.
I was gonna say he's
And
like
the-
6'5".
And the funny part is he's like fucking Asian, and yet still
He's what?
That has nothing to
he's
do-
Asian.
That has nothing to do with that.
That has nothing to do with that.
Well, the body needs to stretch. There's,
Dave Batista's Panay, like Anton Garcia,
How is he?
like
No
Manny
idea.
Pacquiao.
Well,
Fascinating.
now I just hate him because he isn't white.
And you know what's funny? When he was younger, you probably couldn't even like.
The handshake.
Jeremiah is shaking his head.
And I'm just completely ignoring it and moving on.
The head shake.
Hey.
The everything.
Oh,
Hey,
you're
puppy.
you're doing to it what life has done to you.
Yeah.
Aw, that's
Yeah.
terrible.
I mean, it's true. No one ever said the truth had to be nice.
No, in fact, they very often
Death, like
they
ignoring you better, like
they very often tell you the truth hurts.
Mm-hmm.
They very often.
Yeah, and that is also very true.
You're so stoic. I like it.
Jeremiah,
Yeah.
yes, he's very chill. He's also potentially very high.
He reminds me of Jamaican Joe from the Midget Wrestling League.
So
one-liner side of that.
have we unanimously decided that he looks Jamaican then?
Yeah. But it's,
I feel like
it's
that.
just
I
the-
feel like that
it's
might be a
just
little
the
racist.
dreads.
I was
Oh,
gonna say I don't think.
Well, I mean, most Rastafarians I've met in person tend to be a little on the taller side. Jeremiah, how tall are you?
I'm 6 feet.
I was right. Jeremiah's the
Taller
same
than me.
height as me.
So, still tall.
My wife says you're tall. I'm
I'm-
like, that's like an average.
I'm tall.
average
I'm
to
taller
short
than both
size
of you.
for,
That's all of you.
like,
I am 6'2".
Jesus.
I'm 5'2". Everyone's taller than me.
I don't ever want to stand next to you.
I do. And then I'll just like backhand you in the balls so that I'm still taller. Like, oh, you think
Side
you're taller
note.
than me, huh? Whack!
Note to self: if
Never stand next
meeting,
to Josh.
if standing next to Josh, wear a cup.
Oh, I will make sure I hit you hard enough you'll feel it through the cup.
Wear 2 cups.
That just means that's 2 cups to crush into your testicles, man.
Man.
Not to mention,
Man.
even if it protects your balls, that getting hit hard enough, and I know this from sports, getting hit
What
hard
are you
enough,
drinking?
it's still getting jammed
water.
into your
Water
junk
with a
area.
flavor
Like,
packet.
It's not
that
water
shit
then.
still hurts.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it's water. Yeah.
Not water. This is
Oh,
like that TikTok
I think-
trend. It's not water anymore. It's juice at this point.
I think it's a fair point. I think that's I think it technically is Kool-Aid at this point.
I mean,
And you, can
need
trust the
water
black
to make
man on what's
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I mean, you need ground beef to make meatloaf, but it's
Not
once
true.
you
I make it with ground chicken.
Hey Josh, go fuck yourself.
go f yourself.
I mean, I probably will. Let's, gotta have a good night somehow.
Is the Mexican wife not putting out these days?
Like, muted himself.
I mean, I don't know if I'd say these days. Probably many days. Probably many days.
I don't understand the fascination with that word for her.
Like I just wish she saw my my penis as a border, and then this way she'd cross it nightly.
Give her a little bit of a wet back in a different way.
Yes,
Oh.
what they call on the interwebs back shots. So usually, every time they call it a back shot, it involves a black man having sex with a woman.
I thought that was just getting blacked.
No, that's a whole like company black.
What's your favorite
black
color of woman, Jeremiah?
Yeah, it would be black. Yeah.
You like black woman?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Who's your favorite black woman?
Is it Michelle Obama?
And
Why did I know you were gonna say something about Michelle Obama? I just knew he was gonna say something about fucking Michelle Obama.
He hasn't answered the question yet.
No. I very much do not like Michelle Obama. I'm not like a big. I think I mentioned this before about like the American government. So no, I'm not like even though you're black, you're still politicians. So yeah.
Yes. Do you like Kamala Harris?
No
What about
politicians.
Nancy Pelosi?
Literally no politicians. I feel like the American government is like built on lies. It's
I
really
like that.
like
It is. It's a cesspit of shit. It's just there to make themselves richer.
yeah. So yeah.
My
Not
wife's
wrong.
Control the
throwing
populace.
in a guess of Bianca Belair.
Wait, what?
My wife's throwing in a guess of Bianca Belair over there.
What about her?
Your favorite black woman?
My
I'm
favorite
assuming.
black woman? No, I wouldn't. Yeah, not
From a
necessarily.
sexual,
Is it
from a
Rihanna?
sexual standpoint.
Oh goodness, I know this is like unheard of these days, but I don't look at married women that way. So she's pretty. I don't really, and I'm not like attracted to her. She's not. Yeah, she's. I know that's kind of So yes, she is pretty and all. I don't really. Yeah, I don't have like a crush on her or whatever. Yeah.
Look at you coming in here with morals and shit.
All right, it is your last night on Earth. Like the world is coming to an end. You, for whatever reason, have been selected to choose any woman of your dreams to bang. As the
Married
world
or
is coming
otherwise.
to an end. Doesn't matter. No straight, nothing. Who are you picking?
Alexa Bliss.
Well, I was gonna say why would she come to mind?
'Cause she's fucking hot.
If I could,
My
yeah, I guess
goodness.
I was gonna say if I could have a date with any woman, I don't know. I guess it's kind of weird because it would probably be like a woman that I know that you guys have never heard of, but because I mean I wouldn't like I'm gonna spend like my last hours spending with like a random person that I never met. It would probably be like a more personal thing. But for the purpose of this exercise,
Jesus, you went so deep on this question. Why? It's such. Stu just does not think in the same way as us. He's just thinking on such a deeper level. I love it.
I was
love
gonna
it.
say I'm your textbook over there.
Because he's had to spend his entire life dealing with stereotypes. So he has to break the norm.
Shit. Oh, what was I gonna say? Oh, for the purpose of this exercise, I mean, yeah, if I could have a date with anybody,
I didn't say date. I said fuck.
again,
There's no dating involved. It's
I,
just
I,
fucking.
I feel
You're
like
just
again,
fucking.
I feel like certain things are normalized. It's like just like oh, it's just normal. I feel like, and this might be a little bit weirder for white people because like I feel like white people are like more like I feel like white people would drink from the same cup or like take bites from the same burger, and like I feel like black people don't do that. So like for me, my immediate family members, I wouldn't drink from the same cup as my twin brother. And so like the thought of like kissing a girl, like when I went to college, white people was just, go to a bar and kiss a random person in the mouth and like how like I never seen this person a day in my life, and I'm gonna go swap spit with this person and go mouth
I
to
didn't
mouth
say
with this person.
kiss them. I said put your dick in them.
How is that's even more personal? I'm gonna put one of my body parts inside of them. Like that's even more personal. You just said that as if it's like less. You're not killing anybody.
swapping
You're just
shit.
stabbing them. No, you.
Your perspective is fascinating. I
Yeah,
love
dude,
it.
and like the whole world is going to end in like 20 minutes. You got time, and you've been given the option to literally bang anybody. 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
You talking a lot of no.
Is 20 minutes not enough for the Mexican in the background that doesn't shut up? What the fuck?
Well, no, because she expects like 3 hours of like massages before she's willing to put out, and then wonders why. It's just like fuck
Every
that.
time I say it. Every time. It's every time.
And then her laughing cracks me up.
So what you're saying, Artie, is you're a follower, and Jeremiah still has not answered the fucking question. Come
Oh,
on, Jeremiah. Who are you fucking?
He did. He
Who's
said it
the
would be
woman?
someone that he knows that we don't even know. He kind of did answer it at one point.
I kind of did, but for the purpose of this exercise, I would, even if there was again.
For the purpose of this exercise, this isn't a managerial like, we're not interviewing you for a job, man. The fuck?
Come on, be a stereotypical dude.
Oh shit. Oh fuck. Yeah. No. I don't want to be a stereotypical dude. Actually,
For this exercise, for the purposes of this exercise, be a stereotypical dude. Come on, play.
my okay. My last super.
Answer the question, or I'll say the N word.
He's just looking for an excuse.
All right. Who's who? Yeah. Who is? I know her name. The current NXT champion.
Indy
Oh,
Hartwell,
Indy Hartwell.
Oh,
She is
that's a good
attractive. Yes.
But
the
I thought you liked
Australian.
black
That's a
women.
good one.
What she's?
She is.
I was gonna say.
She's not Aboriginal, I
I
think.
was gonna say she tan and tail to me.
Yeah, she's dark in complexion.
She has a hell of an ass. She really.
I think
has
she
a hell
has
of
some
an ass.
Aboriginal blood in her. Maybe. That's it. I don't want to be wrong on that. Let me go.
You know, that is actually a pretty fantastic choice, Jeremiah. She, yeah.
And
Well, I
she
mean, if
fucks
it
with
was-
Dexter Loomis, so you know she's into that crazy shit.
Yeah, she can handle crazy.
You can probably do whatever you want, and she'd be like, "All right."
I suppose if I were to pick a wrestler,
Jeremiah's shaking his head. He feels dirty now.
Oh, she's
been corrupted.
Because I knew it would
Chilean
go this
and
direction.
Italian.
Oh, interesting.
yeah,
But she is from Australia. Yeah. She came over here for a couple of SPW shows a few years ago before signing with NXT.
Oh, cool.
so Indy Hartwell, that's not a bad choice. Already, it's your turn.
Who
you
let's
fucking?
see. For the purpose of this exercise,
You go.
Look, I'm not just going around putting my dick in anything. Just so I mean,
that is
Why
an
not?
exclusive
I've been
right.
doing that for 34 years and I haven't caught anything yet.
you're a fortunate man.
You don't know how true that is.
Keyword yet. Keyword yet.
Come on, baby. You're on the clock.
I am. I'm blanking.
Who would you go for, Joshua?
Yeah.
For the
yeah,
purposes
yeah,
of
buy me
this
some time.
exercise, since so far wrestlers have been chosen, if I'm going to do that, I'll take a wrestler, and I think my wife knows my answer. If I'm picking a wrestler, who is it?
Raquel Rodriguez.
Raquel Rodriguez. Get me some mountain climbing gear. I am climbing that bitch, and I'm having a blast.
Well, you know what? Speaking of mountain climbing, give me Rhea.
I knew that was going to be your answer. You guys have the same haircut.
I was gonna say, I feel like you'd be a great member of the Judgment Day.
I mean, they
There's
were
a
calling
reason
me
we've been
fucking
calling him
Dominic Mysterio at the start of the
since
show.
Week 1. Yeah. If you go back to like week 1, week 2, and then when he had just this like little like kind of a stubble stash going on, like he had a spitting image of Dominic Mysterio at one point.
Ah, shit with the hair, I can kind of see it. Yeah.
Only I don't have the full mullet.
Kiwi said Alexa Bliss.
Elizabeth? Oh,
Yep.
okay. I didn't
He was the
know.
first one to answer.
Or Taylor Swift. One of the two.
Yeah, or Taylor Swift. Or so
Oh,
if
if
we're
we're-
going musician standpoint, since he
Sorry,
moved
what
to
was
Taylor Swift, since you moved to Taylor Swift, that's musician standpoint. From a musician standpoint, who's everyone got?
Do what? What's the question?
A musician for the purposes of this exercise. Who you got from for a musician? We got CD over here with Taylor Swift.
I would say, there's actually, I'm stuck between two.
Is one of them
Um,
Selena Gomez?
No.
Oh, you can be.
I would probably. I would say Christina Scabia
The fuck is that?
I was
Okay.
gonna say who's that?
from the band Lacuna Coil.
Yeah, I knew who you were talking about.
Yeah, she's a looker.
And how do you spell that?
Scabbia.
Okay.
You can just look up
Since
Lacuna
we're
Coil.
since we're yeah, I was gonna say since we're naming people you gotta Google, I'll go with Ella May.
Bianca Belair.
LMA. I
No,
know
Ella
Ella
May.
May.
who?
I've heard of that name before, but I don't have a picture in my
May.
head.
Ella.
Oh.
Oh, singer
That's a good
songwriter.
one.
She's
That's a
pretty.
good one. Yeah,
Yeah.
She looks like a child to me, though.
I thought she's probably my age, so I doubt it.
How old are you?
I
She's
didn't.
like
I didn't. I
tw-
didn't
she's
say
like-
she
she's
was.
like-
I was
She's
like,
like
just said she
28.
looks like a child.
She's
gonna
almost
say-
30.
I was gonna say I'm 29, so
Okay.
that's you gotta understand. Black people, we age
That's
slower.
LMA. Let's see what he's talking about.
Oh, I know. I'm looking.
I don't have it on the screen though.
I'm
See,
looking.
like we don't age like Josh. He's like 35 and he looks like he's 50.
I am older than that.
Oh, I'm sorry, 37,
I am older than that.
39.
I am younger than that.
Yeah, and you look older than that. But
You
well,
know,
I shouldn't say that.
Now I'm
shouldn't
like,
say that.
man, why was I like, no, Kiwi, don't put on the blackface. Don't say the N word.
You look this may or may not be this may or may not come off as an insult. You look much younger with
Okay.
your head covered. So you actually look like like a man in your early 40s with the
That's
hood
what
up.
they used to say to
Early
me
40s.
when I wore a hat to we're at work. As soon as the hat came off, they're like, "You don't really look that." Oh, I don't know why you keep saying like everyone thinks you're old. I take off my hat, like, oh,
Oh. Just
Yeah.
that
Oh.
and then your
Oh.
heart drops into your ass.
Yeah,
I
I was
was
gonna
so
say,
funny.
so
I
yeah,
always told everyone my hairline was closer to my ass than my forehead.
yeah. With your head covered, you look like a like you look your age with your head covered. But for some reason, balding does that to a man.
Hey, isn't that Indy right there?
It is.
Right between Zombie Taker and John Cena.
A zombie
What a
taker.
hell of a threesome.
You wouldn't be able to see it. So I guess that leaves me now, huh?
Yeah, your turn.
All right, a musician front. I don't know a lot of them. I guess my choice would probably be the weirdest option possible out there for someone that prefers non-white people over white people. And I'm taking Lady Gaga.
Oh, she looks like a dude.
I don't think so. And I've seen her
It's a
hit,
puppy.
and I like them. So
So what's wrong?
what's the? Oh, yeah, his dog.
Yeah, she just chilling.
So on the gaming front, anyone else besides me excited about now a day from now when EA and BioWare drop Jedi Survivor?
I should probably take
I had a
No, not
feeling you
really.
didn't.
that's why I'm so late.
What is
I
wrong
didn't
with
even
you?
know that
Iggy?
was a thing.
Why are you not excited?
Because
I
we have
didn't even know-
lives.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
I was gonna say yeah. I don't really play video games that much. I play.
It's the sequel to Fallen Order.
I'm leaving.
Yeah, that
Hey,
means
could you
nothing to
be
me.
here?
No.
Could you maybe come back?
No,
I literally only
No.
play like
unless until Kiwi says
3.5 video
I'll
games.
do it. I'll say the M word after you do it.
No, she
I'll
wanted
say
the
it twice.
M word,
Yeah,
Mexican.
M. Yeah, M.
Okay,
Not
sorry
the
you said
N-word.
N-word.
Not the black word. The mix. Ooh, I almost said it.
He says he'll say it as soon as you come back.
you.
That's what he prides himself on being, is an asshole.
That's
and a
what-
dick.
That's what you get for being short. Fuck you.
She left the room before she got to hear that part.
No.
Aw.
But yeah.
Was she
no.
getting you a cup of coffee?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I always tell her that it tastes better when she makes it, so that she'll do it for me.
Is she a fucking
Smart.
child? What the hell? What the-
Yes, she is. She is. In many ways, she is. Yes.
I'm sorry. So I just heard it.
Last I saw Kylo, he was running towards the building. When I went to double check
Oh,
out
shit.
after I came out of the bathroom before the podcast, and I thought Darcy had disappeared because she was rolled so far up against the wall, I didn't even see her.
Damn kids.
Sorry,
Why
she showed
would
me
you
titties.
have them?
She did. She lifts up her shirt and showed me her titties.
Gross.
great.
No one
I
wants
don't.
to see that.
I do. I want to see them as often as possible. I want to put my dick between them. I want to put my face between them. Like, I want to drop my seed on them. I want to do all sorts of things to them. Maybe that's why she's like, rub me
The
first.
fact that you're saying it like right here is just like
What? We're only on Twitch.
I was gonna say I think it's a thing that might be kind of what's the word I'm looking for here?
Crass?
It's
Inappropriate conversation?
yeah.
I'm a saint, okay?
No, you're not. We've seen the things you post on the internet. How many out of everyone here, who's been banned from Facebook the most?
You?
I've never been banned from Facebook, so
Me neither,
Never.
actually.
I have. What
I've
happened?
I've had my
Six.
account deleted, but I've never been like
Before
I've
that.
never had like I've had an entire account deleted, but and I don't know why, but I've never been like
They
like
tried to
banned
delete.
for
They tried to
time.
delete.
Apparently,
They tried to delete my
posted
Blair
really
account
things
like
about
a few years
depression and
ago
people killing
because of I
themselves.
guess they thought I was like
I
doing
don't
like
see the
some
problem with
imposter
that.
shit,
Hmm.
but I was able to recover it.
The closest I
I
ever
would-
came to an issue was them telling me I used a fake name, which I did.
Yeah.
And then I replied with that was the name I chose, and that they didn't have the right to refer to me by my dead name, and they let it stick.
Okay.
Fair.
So, yeah, that's the
I didn't
thing.
say it.
Didn't you hear him?
No.
Once you get the coffee, have you got the coffee yet? How did you do that so quickly? Don't you have to boil the jug?
No, the pot's already made.
The
I just
pot-
wanted to go get me a cup.
Forgot Americans do coffee differently. Okay. Well, thank you, Mexican lady. We appreciate it.
Coming.
I don't get it.
I think she just threw herself on the floor. She did. She threw herself on the floor.
Can she say housekeeping for me?
Thank you.
He wanted you to say housekeeping for him.
Oh. Do you want me to say it with like the actual accent, or I like to think that I don't have that much of an accent when an
You
accent
do.
is saying that.
You do. You have an accent.
Well, which one is it? Okay,
Housekeeping?
house. Okay, no, how? Because I can say house, but is it like housekeeping?
I don't
That
think
was
he's impressed.
I
anticlimactic.
would think so. Well, I really don't have that accent.
So then just say it in your normal voice.
Housekeeping?
Sounded very Mexican. Can
No.
you ask
Like-
can you
like
give us
the
a quote
nuns-
on mowing the lawn? Can you give us a quote for lawn mowing?
Lawn
Yeah, how
mowing.
much will it cost to trim our hedges and mow our lawn?
Do you have DVDs?
What?
Did she say?
DVDs?
Yeah, Mexicans don't steal like they won't steal money from you, but they'll steal like a DVD or two. So until they have like a decent collection of
you
movies.
asked that with those racks of DVDs out there and the boxes of DVDs. I think you know the answer to that question. I have a lot of DVDs.
All right, guys, I'm gonna let you go. I am not medicated.
It might
You
be
need to
dangerous.
be.
It's like 1:30 in the morning now.
I'm
I don't
acting
think you
very
can take it.
erratically, and I'm having my appointment with my psychiatrist at 10. I love
You
you
should
guys.
ask. You should
Crazy,
ask them for some medication.
And is this this is your drug dealer, right?
Yeah.
You might want to talk to you about changing your medication
Oh yeah.
because the fact the insurance doesn't cover these ones anymore.
I am really like low. Like I'm gonna have
So does that mean
All
I'm not
right.
getting? Does that mean you're not putting me in your mouth?
get off the street.
Oh, well, I think that's it all for tonight. I don't know if you were able to hear her response.
I very much heard it.
Oh, you did. You heard get off the stream. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I mean,
it's been like probably 5 years. So like,
call her bluff.
obviously not 5 years because like, we have a 2-year-old.
Reese's lover.
He loves Reese's.
At least you ain't a goddamn lover. Oh, I wanted to say it so badly.
Oh my.
Let me have a minute to leave.
Them goddamn
Actually,
N-words
a pink one
running
right
around
here.
down in Arizona. We had to chase them, tag them, and release them.
It's hot.
Running around in
It is
Arizona.
warm. That's why I have the fan on. The heat's still on too, though. If you want to reach over and
Josh
turn that down, you
wants to
can.
get his dick sucked by his wife.
That is my plan. That is my
Are
plan.
you going to go do that? Or are you going to listen to me pretend to be American?
Well, I think I might go do that.
You're a pussy whip bitch.
No, I'm a pussy getting bitch right now.
Well,
See,
Can't
here in
say I blame
America, unless you're in Vegas, you can't just pay for it. You have to like pay for it with like a
oh,
ring,
you guys ever
and
legal
like
prostitution in Vegas?
only in Vegas. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh,
Have you
I
got-
did actually. You have the bunny ranch there. Okay.
Is it the Bunny Ranch? The Cat House. Yeah, the Bunny Ranch. The HBO series about it was Cat House. That's where my confusion was for a moment.
There's a series about it?
Yeah, HBO had a whole series about it. I used to watch it all the time.
Okay.
It was funny because you'd see people come in and like they'd blur out the dudes' faces and them, but you'd see the chicks talk to them, and like the way you got a little backstage look at it, the way things worked, with all the stuff they had to go through. I found it fascinating, and there was tits involved, so I was interested. Like, I'm pretty easy to please. Give me tits, and I'm happy.
I have tits.
Are they hairy?
Not if I shave them.
How large are they?
I could bake up at least.
Do they bounce up and down when you ride?
I don't know. I haven't tested that yet.
Oh, I'm getting off right now.
Huh?
I'm getting off. You said get off. I'm getting off. So
No,
yeah, I don't know
you
if you guys
plan to
want
get
keep-
off. I don't know
I
if
don't
you're
know if you
getting
guys-
off, but you're gonna be getting off.
I don't know if you guys want to keep talking, but I'm bouncing. The rest is up to you guys. If you want to keep talking, I'll leave you guys on and I'll just bounce. If you don't want to keep talking, I'll just hit that end button, not end button, and call a night. Then I can download the audio file and upload it because we're under 5 hours, and that's how much storage I
So,
have.
in other words, it's time to stick the landing.
I'm ready to stick the landing and a lot of other things too.
All right.
I'm just glad that we finally had a black person on the show. It took us 15 weeks.
I mean,
I'm
even
glad as
longer
well.
than 15 weeks if you think about it. 15 episodes, but
Yeah,
it's been more
15
than 15
episodes.
weeks.
Yeah,
It
a
took
lot
so
We
more
had to
than
wait it
15.
out.
Okay, it
Like
took 16
17,
weeks.
16,
That's
17
even
weeks.
worse.
And did you guys notice the title of this episode?
That's not racist.
Beautiful.
I thought it was
Beautiful.
perfect.
I really want to
Mm.
end the show by saying the N word just to piss off Jeremiah.
Oh God.
I won't. But I want to.
That's not racist.
Thank you.
But yeah, so before we do stick the landing, and I ask AB to pull out his R word, since we're just doing everything words, I just want to say thank you, Jeremiah, for joining us,
Yeah.
and I will let you know.
Never been
that
a good
always-
sport. Like, a lot of people wouldn't have been able to roll with some of the shit that was said.
As Jeremiah stated, he has extensive experience dealing with me and the way I am. And I blame my wife for that because my wife is like the king of racist jokes. So like, or queen, I guess, of racist jokes. Either way, I'm going to crown her. Get it? But yeah. So thank you for joining us, and there's open invitation for you any week.
Anytime.
Any week. I will send you a link every week, whether you show up or not. It's totally up to you. You will be one of those people that get the link regardless. And if you pop in, and that'd be awesome. If you don't, no hard feelings. Though I mean,
We're
that-
gonna report your account.
yeah, we'll probably turn you into Chicago, and be like,
You live in Chirac?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yes.
Oh, I'm never gonna say the N word to you. You deserve that. My
The
goodness.
more I speak to you, the more I like him.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably, I mean, so today I just kind of, I mean, usually I sleep at this time of day. I mean, I work normal hours, so I typically sleep because it's like midnight in my part of the country.
See, it is 1:30 in the morning for me.
So yeah, but
And me.
today I just tried to like take a nap and then like I'll try to wait and set an alarm to be ready for this, and so I'll try to do that in the future. So yeah, hopefully we can do this again.
Yeah, then we'll have something since we lost the shooting the shit logo. We'll still have Brown on the channel, and that will be important.
Wow. That's worse than anything I've said this episode.
Thinking back about it, that is kind of worse. I did just and I didn't think that one all the way through.
Honestly, I'm not much dark, like lighter than he is. Like we're like probably the same color.
Yeah, well, I plan to whiten you in just a few
Oh,
minutes.
God.
So,
It only takes you a few minutes.
I mean, for the first load, yeah, that's just me. She can get the enjoyment out of the second one.
Poor little
First
Mexican
one.
lady.
She's very excited when she hears that.
There we go. I don't get it.
All right.
But it's one word.
It's because of the way you pronounce it. It's different than the way like an American's gonna pronounce
I'm
Mexican.
fine with it. I just don't get it.
It's like he says me. He says me. Like he says Mexican.
Yes, because of the
Mexican.
Kiwi
He
accent.
doesn't do the eh. He does the ah,
Mexican.
like the I. Like,
Mexican. 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 The last of the Mexicans.
no.
The
You're gonna
likes
lose
of the
me.
Mexicans. Oh damn! Did I lose the first? Oh, I lost it.
Chandelier song stuck in my head.
I don't know what that is.
I'm gonna swing from
From the chandelier. Shut up,
he
Mexican
knows
lady.
it.
from the chandelier.
Did you hear her shut up Mexican
I
lady
did.
afterwards?
Yes, I did.
The charm is wore off. She didn't die from it.
No. But yeah, so again,
All
thank
right.
you, Jeremiah. It's been great
Are we
having
done
you.
yet?
I'm just at this point. I'm just waiting for AB to.
Well, I was waiting for you to finish thanking our special guest here
Why is he special?
Special
Because he's
guest
black.
referee.
because
Yes.
he's a great fucking
Wow.
dude.
Yes,
Who knew?
he's the first one that we've had in
Who
16
would've
weeks.
thought the
That
guy
is
from
special.
Kentucky would be the most racist?
Yeah.
You didn't do
There
it
we
long
go.
enough.
Oh my god.
That's what she said.
Story of life.
That's what she said. That was funny.
I suppose I can just click end on the. That's what she said. If AB's not going to do it right.
No, I'm